Hello my paranormal people. This week while I was searching around looking for a new topic for my video, I came across South America. Now, me being me and not liking to do the obvious, I didn't do the chupacabra, but the legends and the folk tales that I did come up with are interesting, so I hope you enjoy. In Bolivia, there is a legend about a cave-dwelling creature called the Acalica. They supposedly control the weather at times, and people call them weather fairies because of it. They are also known as protectors of nature. When people have happened to see them, they describe them as tiny wizened men. But they are not often sighted, as they do try to avoid human contact at all cost. It is said that they are even-tempered little creatures, but woe betide anyone who enters their home with negative intent, because they apparently become ferocious and unforgiving. I can't say I blame them though. I'd not be happy about that either. La Llorona is a horror folktale from Mexico. I've read different versions of this tale, but this is the one that's probably most told. Maria was a young woman who wanted only the best. She was beautiful, and it has to be said, she was a little self-centred. She decided any man she was going to marry had to be extremely handsome to match her own beauty. She shunned men who she decided didn't match up to her standards. After spotting the man she thought matched her criteria, she wooed him by acting aloof and uninterested to get him to come to her. He was almost begging her to be with him. It's said that they married and Maria had 2 children, but she thought her husband had begun to stray. She was even jealous of her own children because her husband loved them deeply. They say she drowned her own children before drowning herself in a fit of spite towards her straying husband. When she passed over, she was denied entrance into heaven and was forced to search the waters for all of her afterlife. The scary ghost is said to haunt and terrorise cheating men, and she's also thought to be a harbinger of death. Now, what I found interesting about this story is it had similarities to the folktale of Ireland about the banshee. I don't know what you think. The Maricoxi are supposedly an extremely primitive tribe. They come under the hominid or ape classification. They are believed to come from the Mato Grosso, a region of southern Brazil and Paraguay. The area itself is made up of dense scrub and forest. The Maricoxi were allegedly discovered in 1914 by an English explorer called Percy Fawcett. According to the description he gave after his alleged encounter with the tribe, he claimed that he nearly died and went on to describe the Maricoxi as an ape-like people who were completely covered in hair. He told that they couldn't communicate with speech, only grunts, but he did say they lived in villages and used bow and arrows. Can't say I'm so sure about this one, but, you never know. The Siguapa is a malevolent being, nocturnal in nature, and a seductress. She's from Dominican folklore. The Dominican legend of the Siguapa says they live in underwater caves, and their feet were supposedly on backwards so that humans couldn't follow their footprints. Some people believe that they bring death, and it's said that one should not look at them in the eye, otherwise the person is at risk of being bewitched permanently. The only noise made by these creatures is supposed to sound like a whine or a chirping. It's also said to resemble nocturnal birds that cry with a human-like voice. Although these creatures fear humans, a bold and brave one can't help but be curious, especially about a boy she may see on the nights when she goes onto the land. Known to be insanely jealous, the howling of the Siguapa in the night may be a harbinger of death for your mate if the Siguapa has fallen in love with you. So, remember boys, if you do come across a Siguapa, Do not look her in the eyes. She'll bewitch you. You'll be forever under her power, sinking into an ecstasy of love and disappearing forever. So I hope you all enjoyed my look into the South American folktales and legends. It's a subject I may have to revisit in the future. But for now, I hope you all enjoyed it and take care. Thanks. Bye.